morning and welcome back to Keep Moving with the Senior Center. I'm Amy Beck, the Director of Senior Services and Director of the Senior Center, and with me is Ashley Shaheen, the Assistant Director.
Good morning. Hello.
So we're here to talk to you a little bit about senior issues and to just kind of let you know what's going on. This is a live show, just so you know, and we'd love to hear from you, whether you just want to call in and say hi, or if you have something to share, that would be great. The number would be 508-435-7887. And we'd love to hear from you. And I know right now we do have Marlene Troops, who is our one of our outreach coordinators. Marlene, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Good morning. Yeah, I'm an outreach coordinator and have been working at the Senior Center for years. My office is here. And also I have a coworker, Kim Carson. And so I just want people to know that outreach is still going strong, going on in the community. We're helping individuals and families. If people also like durable medical equipment, we still have that to offer. Some other senior centers are wondering, how they're going to be handling it. But I think as we get back into phasing into not a normal life, hopefully someday soon, but what we used to have, people need durable medical equipment, so they can turn to us for that. And helping people with all the other issues that we have in Hopkinton, helping seniors live independently and well in their own environment, apartment or house, with family or alone, and seeing what they need to be having put in place to help them. And often I get questions. I have resources to help people get answers to their questions, and also or know who can help them if I can't, pass on the request.
And Marlene, that's a great point that, the doors to the Senior Center are closed to the public, but the Senior Center is still active and available to you.
Yes.
We have outreach that are working, and like Marlene said, we do have medical equipment we can loan out, but she can also give any assistance you need to make sure you can stay in your home and stay safe. So don't hesitate to reach out and call the Senior Center. And that number for the Senior Center is 508-497-9730. And there's always someone there. If they're not there, you can leave a message and we do get back to you right away. But staff is available to help you. And that brings us to a good point that we've been talking about. We do have a lot of virtual programs. We do have a meal program going on, where 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, you can either pick up a meal or have one delivered, but you need to call and let us know in advance so that we can make sure we have the right numbers for everybody. So that's one thing we have going on. We also have, like I said, the virtual programs, which you've heard us talk about in the past, and Ashley can certainly share a little bit more with that if we have anything special coming up. And the only thing to mention, though, about the meals, I should say, is that we will not be delivering meals the week of 4th of July, which is next week. But after that, it will continue again. So Ashley, did you want to talk about any special programs coming up?
Sure. I just want to remind folks that we are planning to have our regular ongoing virtual offerings next week. So a few people had asked whether or not we were having programs. We are, in fact, having them. So we hope to see you in on some of those programs. Last night we had our first karaoke night, which was a lot of fun. We didn't have too many singers, but the camaraderie was there. So that was fun. And I think people should really take a closer look at the Hilltopper that we had sent out a few weeks ago to see what other programs we have on the horizon. We do have a special guest with us today, Renee D'Argento. She is the Healthy Living Program Coordinator at Bay Path Elder Services, and she had approached us a few months ago with an evidence-based program, chronic disease self-management, and they are able to convert that into a tele program. It's also, people have the option to access to access the program by Zoom as well. And we have her with us today on the show, and she can speak to the program in a little bit more in more depth. And hopefully by listening to her and listening to the value of the program, we'll have some people phone us and we can sign you up for that program. And Renee does work at Bay Path Elder Services, and I know the outreach team here at the Senior Center, Marlene and Kim, also do a lot of work with Bay Path Elder Services as well. So that is that nice collaboration.
So why don't we get going with Renee, if we could, and let her tell us a little bit about the program.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashley and Amy. You have a lot of great virtual programs going on to involve people in exercise and doing all those things to reduce their isolation and and get active. And basically, the chronic disease self-management program is about managing your chronic health condition on a daily basis. So for people who have diabetes or a heart condition, breathing problems, things like that, this program covers many different topics. It includes, and you can actually put the flyer onto the screen. And it details some of those topics, which include medication management, talking with your healthcare provider to be more active in your care and your management of your condition. We talk about nutrition and exercise, and there are many tools in our toolbox that we use that you can use to devise the plan that you seek to manage your condition. And this is really important because we want to maintain not only our physical activity, but it helps to have you reduce your social isolation in a sense, because now you're more engaged and active outside of your home, hopefully. And of course, these days where we're doing this more safely, with trying to reduce our risk of COVID transmission. And that's why we devise these programs remotely, because we're finding that that people are really reaching for different kinds of things that they can do to, help manage their chronic conditions and to help reduce pain and all of those sorts of things that this program can do for you. It's proven, this is called an evidence-based program because it's proven to help improve, your ability to have more healthful behaviors, improve your health status. It reduces fatigue and disability, and really helps to increase your social activities. And it also reduces your days in the hospital because people start becoming more actively involved in exercise and their nutrition and that sort of thing. And it really helps with, fostering, that kind of engagement, which is what we hope to do.
And I love the fact that you can actually connect by phone or by Zoom. So there's a couple options. If you aren't computer literate, you can still get into the program.
Yes, exactly. And the program is free. So we provide all the materials. We have a really great book, the Healthy Living Lemon book that has way more information than we can go over in a class. But we guide you through the program in each session. It's 6 sessions long. And the Teller program is basically, it will be conducted for about an hour. And it's really for people who want to self-study on their own and who maybe either don't have access to a computer or internet, or just, don't want to go online. And it's your ability to direct yourself. And what we do is we guide you through action planning and sharing your struggles and your triumphs, basically. And the Zoom program is conducted as a almost like an in-person program. So the class is 2 to 2.5 hours long, and it's really more detailed instruction on the various topics. And there's more time for, sharing ideas and, helping and supporting each other, through your own action planning.
That's great.
Yeah.
It is. And if people are watching at home that know of someone who may have a chronic disease, please do pass the information along to them. As Renee said, it's a free evidence-based program that could benefit many people. And we had to push back the date because we haven't had as much interest as we originally thought. So if you're watching from home and if you know of someone that could benefit from the program, please do pass the word along. If people have any specific questions, reach out to the senior center and we will work to get those questions answered, and hopefully we can get this program up and running in town.
And
I
actually,
appreciate your support on this. I know that a lot of people are probably being involved with the exercise programs, and that's just one of the tools that people are using right now. And there are so many others that we can help you with. So.
and actually, people can find not only the flyer here, but we will have the information is in our newsletter, on our website, and do we have it on our Facebook page as well?
Not yet, but we can do a little push for that on social media. But it's in the newsletter. We had dates originally listed in the newsletter, but like I said, due to low enrollment, the dates have been pushed back. So if you see it in the newsletter, don't think that you have missed any of the meeting dates. It's just that the program hasn't started yet. And we'll work to communicate that out on the website as well as the Facebook page. So thank you for mentioning that. Good.
That's right. Thank you, Ashley. So we do have those new dates there, but don't be discouraged at all, even if you're coming up on some of the dates, because we'll be creating a wait list, and we'll just continue to, devise more programs and more dates that we can, extend out to if we have more people who want to sign up. So.
And I know that we've had this in the past, and so there have been a number of people who've gone through it and have really benefited from it. So I think it's great that we're able to bring it back again. So thank you, Renee, for bringing that back to us.
Yeah, and it was really fun last year when we did the Matter of Balance program as well. We had a lot of people, who partaked into that and enjoyed it. And this was one of the programs we were going to bring in person. So it's really nice to be able to have this now in a remote offering. And at some point, they're working on the Matter of Balance to try to bring that as well. There's a pilot program, well, a pilot, they're trying to devise some guidance on before we can start the program. So, yeah, and also Savvy Caregiver will probably also be an offering in the future.
Which is great. We have a caregiver program that meets virtually on the phone and through Zoom with a number of caregivers, and so that's a really nice program to give to the public so that they can, if you're caring for someone, there's a lot of things that you'll learn from that. So that would be great to bring that back as well. Mm-hmm. The big thing for everyone to remember is there's so many options out there, and Renee's got the chronic disease self-management virtually, by phone or by Zoom, and we're trying to come up with more that we can do with everybody. We have virtual programs, but we're also trying to see if there's other things that we can do to connect people by phone, because we know that is a difficult piece for people. And so we're hoping to share some more things over the next couple months for everybody. Ashley, do you have
a great job with that? Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, thank you, Renee. We appreciate it. And I know we're looking forward to partnering with you and getting this up and running. So thank you. So
Thank you,
Ashley,
Renee.
what else do we have? Anything special along those lines that we want to add to programming?
I just think that we are starting to plan for August. So if people have ideas in mind in terms of virtual programs, I was chatting with the participant yesterday and she was telling me about her love for opera and how she's been watching opera for 80 days straight. And we know folks who could give a presentation on an opera. So maybe that's something that we could bring in during the month of August. So we do have programs planned for July, but thinking beyond July as we begin to prepare for August, if people have any different out of the box type of programs that they'd like to see in the newsletter, or recommendations to what we have presently, what's working well, what isn't working, ideas for improvement, open to hearing from folks. So please do give us a call. Don't be shy. We'd love to hear from you. I know for me and other staff, it's exciting to see people participate on a virtual platform. It's fun to see people as we hand out the lunches here at the senior center, or take a trip on the bus to deliver the meal. So it is isolating. It is an isolating time. So please do reach out if you feel isolated, if you feel alone. Any one of the staff members would be more than happy to chat with you, catch up with you, and just hear from you. I think that is the real message. We want to hear from you.
And one of the things that we said last week, and the thing to remember is, because everyone says, when are you going to open again? When will you be open? And, that's not an easy answer. We know that seniors are a vulnerable crowd in all of the COVID situation. And so we're following state guidelines, the health protocols from the town, and trying to make sure that when we do reopen, it'll be in a very organized, safe way. And so know that we are trying to get to that point. It just takes some time to make sure that everything's right. It is frustrating to be at home, and it's frustrating to not be back to normal. Again, it might be a slightly new normal for a while, and I understand that, but bear with us. We're doing our best, and we are following what we're being told. Which brings me to something else. We have Casey Morrow back again this week, and I'm so grateful. She was able to fill us in a little bit last week on the COVID testing, but I wanted her to come in today because there's one concern that we always have in the summer is remembering to stay cool and hydrated. And, with the heat picking up, I wanted Casey to maybe give us some pointers or help us out in that way, just so that we don't run into more problems. Oh, Casey.
Let me unmute. That would be helpful.
Thank you, Casey.
Obviously, it's starting to get a little bit hotter, and the things that we traditionally would have done during like really hot times are not available. Like the senior center's not open, the library's not open for having people there. So we're gonna have to change the way that we do things again. So it's getting challenging. For Heatstroke, just some of the things that you should just try to implement in your daily, routine, along with wearing a mask, is just making sure that you're completing activities either early in the morning or later at night. Just definitely not when the sun is right out, right in the middle of the day and where it's hottest. You want to make sure that you are sitting in shade, you have good ventilation. It's hard where a lot of people may not have AC units, but if you can get a fan, you can get some shade. And definitely if you start to have some symptoms, so some of the initial symptoms of heat stroke would be like muscle cramps, headache, either dizziness or lightheadedness. And so as soon as you start to feel those symptoms, you want to make sure that you take yourself out of the sun, you slowly drink some water. You can put a cold compress either on the back of your neck or like right where your elbow is, or on like your wrists, right above your hand. And those things help to cool you down quickly, but safely. You want to definitely drink some water. If you notice that you're outside and it's a hot day and you're not sweating, it means you need to drink some more. Just to make sure that you're staying hydrated, and safe, because we just have to adjust the way we do things right now. Hopefully I'm home, so you're going to see my son. I'm sorry. Hopefully. Oh, thank you. Hopefully, we're able to have something like a cooling center maybe later on in the summer, but it still will follow those same guidelines where it will be socially distanced. You're going to have to maintain that 6 feet apart. You're going to have to be wearing a mask. There might be a temperature check at it. They haven't set out guidelines yet, but it's definitely on our minds. We want to make sure that we're balancing the benefit of staying home, staying healthy with the importance of making sure that people are staying hydrated and not getting too hot at home, and are safe in the heat.
Now, those are all very good points, Casey. Thank you, because I think that's the big concern when we get warmer. We sometimes forget about those little things that we can do, and there are little things that we can do to stay safe. And if we find ourselves again not sweating or just starting to feel a little lightheaded, definitely make sure you have something to drink and stay hydrated. That's the first step, because we don't want anyone to have to end up in the hospital. At this point, especially, and never we want you to end up in the hospital, but especially at this time.
Yeah, and it's just preparing for it. So making sure that you're staying hydrated, that you're dressing appropriately, wearing the right type of clothes for the type of weather that's outside, and then just making sure you're wearing your sunscreen and your bug spray, especially if you're going out later at night, so it's a lot to remember, but you just gotta remember to be kind to yourself and take care of yourself the best you can, especially during like these difficult, new, challenging times.
Great, thank you, Casey. And I know that we were talking last week about the COVID testing. Are they going to be bringing that back again? Are we?
I think it was a really good event. I think it was really successful. We're looking to maybe bring it back again in August sometime. There was a new site that just opened up, that's not in Hopkinton, but it's a little bit closer. There's the CVS in Milford now offers COVID testing. So it's closer than going to Shrewsbury or Lowell, so it's a little bit closer, but it's not in Hopkinton. But we're looking to expand our ability to also do community testing, where we would work with a provider. I could go to a house, perform a test for somebody that doesn't either have a ride to a facility or is immobile, and they could just have the test performed at their house. I would take the lab and bring it to the lab so it can be processed without them having to leave home.
So that's something you're hoping to have come, or?
Yeah. So we just have to like submit our plans for that. But I think it's something that's really important, especially for people that are scared to go get tested, or can't because of mobility issues, or can't drive there. I think it's definitely something that we should be able to offer our seniors in town. So it's something I'm actively pursuing.
Great, thank you. And Casey, can people still reach out to you if they have a question? I know you're really busy. So.
Oh, absolutely. I'm available on my social media and stuff, but if anyone needs anything, just make sure that they get my cell phone number, because I'm not in town hall. The town hall's closed. So, people are calling like the town hall and calling the health department, but I get messages a couple days late because Nadia relays them to me. So if it's something super important, you can either email me, which my email is available online, and then my town cell phone number, I think it's available online, but if it's not, I can give it to you guys. You can include it in the newsletter if it's not there. But
That
that's
would
the
be great.
way to reach me right now.
Casey,
Well,
quick question.
sure.
One quick question. The antibody test, is that available in Milford? I know it was available during the event in town.
I think that CVS is only doing either the PCR. Yeah, nice hand. The PCR test and just like an antigen test, which is also looking for like an active virus. So I don't think that they're doing like the antibody test there because that requires the blood draw.
Okay, I see.
So you need to have like a little bit larger of a space. You know, you need to have like phlebotomists and stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you're just doing a great job, the whole team at the health department, keeping everyone informed. And I know we appreciate you coming onto the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like today might be your day off too, so you're really committed to the
yeah. Well, it's my day home with the kids, you know, because that's why you hear them. I wouldn't say it's off. I'm definitely not off. I'm just here with my kids trying to work.
It's the new normal, Casey, right? It's the new
It is.
normal. And being summer makes it even more interesting.
Yelling in the background.
So thank you, Casey. I appreciate you coming on and you know, you've got great information and I'm sure we'll hear from you again. So thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys. Bye.
Bye. So I know we've talked about having a couple of videos and I'm not sure whether we really have time to put one in today. But remember that we do have some videos from our cooking classes that are on HCAM. They're also available on YouTube. In fact, all of these shows are also on YouTube. If you ever want to go back and catch one, feel free to. Maybe you don't. But anyway, I think the important thing is, you know, we are the Senior Center, as Marlene said, we are open to answer questions. We are here to help you. We have programs, we have assistance, we have medical equipment. We're providing the meals. We have a lot going on, and we're constantly trying to add more. And Ashley made a plea to say, hey, if you have ideas, please let us know. When we were open a year ago, we were having people come in for regular meetings to talk about things they would hope we could do. Since we're not able to do that in the same way, we still want to hear from you. We want to be able to provide everything to you that we can. And again, we're looking to find other options that might be, instead of just virtual on Zoom, because not everyone, we recognize that not everyone has that capability, that we are going to try to see what we can come up with that you can phone into. A lot of the times you can phone in and listen as well. We can check into the numbers for that. I don't know whether there's the cost for toll free or not. That's something we'd need to find out. But I think, you know, we are trying to provide assistance where we can and programming. Instead of just virtual on Zoom, because not everyone, we recognize that not everyone has that capability. I'm not sure what that's all. Anyway, Ashley, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I think in more recent staff meetings, I've heard Marlene and Kim mention the Knights of Columbus. So I don't know, Marlene, if you want to jump in and say a few words about how you're working with that organization, just so people are aware.
And also, sorry, before you do, realize we're heading down on the time. So
Okay.
if it quickly.
Well, first, Knights of Columbus, God bless that organization. It is wonderful. They have been such a wonderful help to the outreach program and to the town of Hopkinton, to the residents. They can step right in. Kim or myself can make contact with through the church, these gentlemen who are so helpful in doing errands, grocery shopping, seeing to the particular needs of seniors who aren't able to do it for themselves. God bless the Knights of Columbus. Truly, they are such a help to Hopkinton. So thank you very, very much. And we can access them through outreach. So contact outreach. We'll see that your needs are met.
So everyone, the thing to remember through all of this is that the Senior Center is available. Reach out to us. We want you to stay safe. We want you to continue to wear those masks. Thank you.